is temporary, but the truth lasts forever.
Jeff Metcalf finally had a chance to read the words he's been writing in a notebook to address his son's killer.
You said,
Bad, it's Big 618Cs, y'all. We back. Look, as you see on the screen, we got Jeff Metcalf. He done sat down with CBS News Texas to speak his mind. We've heard a lot of people. We heard Charleston White speak for the father. We haven't really heard the father speak, though. Hopefully he'll speak soon. We haven't heard the mother speak. We heard me. We heard everybody. We heard all our friends, our family. And let's get to it. Let's hear what Dad got to say.
people think that grief is sadness, but it's not. It's rage.
Oh.
Pure, unfiltered rage. You failed yourself. You failed your parents. You failed society. You don't belong in this community.
That's correct.
Metcalf's victim impact statement came at the end of Carmelo Anthony's murder trial. For months, the father of Austin Metcalf has been silenced by a gag order imposed by the judge. Now he's free to speak publicly and says he's also free of something else.
When I woke up this morning, it was a very different feeling. When I woke up, I felt like 1,000,000 pounds had been lifted off my shoulders. Because I used to wake up every morning with this anxiety, with this feeling of dread. And this morning was the first day I woke up with a feeling of peace, comfort, tranquility that I haven't experienced in 14 months. And I felt Austin.
Metcalf was in court every day of Anthony's trial. The 19-year-old now convicted murderer not only took his son Austin's life, he did it right in front of Austin's twin brother, Hunter.
What killed me was the body cam footage when I could hear Hunter screaming. Oh God, my brother, my twin. You know, as a parent, you always want to protect your kids. And to hear my son and the fear in his voice, and I'm not there to fix it.
What was it like sitting in that courtroom with Carmelo Anthony for 5 or 6 days?
Challenging is the first word that comes to my mind. And I'll even say this. I had a little bit of sorrow because I'm human. And that poor boy is fixing to experience a life that I would not wish upon anyone.
Metcalf says even today he's received death threats and has previously endured doxing of his personal information and multiple swatting calls to his house from people who he says have tried to villainize Austin and the family.
I would hope they take a look in the mirror. And if you have children, and if it was your child who was murdered, would you like people dragging his name through the mud, making memes, making jokes, and just really vile comments?
Where do you and the Metcalf family go from here?
Well, I mean, this is day one of a long healing process. Because honestly, it's been impossible to start healing until this trial was complete.
The trial may be over, but the racial polarization among Americans on display outside the Collin County Courthouse continues.
Look at the effect, not just the effect here between the Metcalf family and the Anthony family. Look what it did, one, to those kids they have to live with. Two, it took on this huge, wider, let's have a race war throughout the nation.
Metcalf insists that his son had no racist motives when he approached Anthony about leaving a track team tent.
This case was never about race.
There's going to be those people now that just, try to throw shade on the whole trial with the jury makeup and the speed of it and that sort of thing. I mean,
Well, those are the same people that said he was jumped by 4 people. His phone was broken. You're going to spin whatever story to try to keep yourself afloat.
Metcalf believes Anthony should have received a life sentence. He says if Anthony is up for parole in 17 years, he will be there in some form to argue against it.
If I'm still alive, yes, I will be there in person. If not, I am going to make a video, if I'm passed on, that can be played.
There are no walls in Metcalf's home without photos or paintings of Austin and his twin. These images and a scholarship in his son's name are what remain for this father, who says he's ready to finally forgive, but not forget.
But people need to understand about forgiveness. Forgiveness was not for him. Forgiveness was for me, so I don't carry the rage, the hate, and that around. It will eat me up like cancer.
J.D. Miles, CBS News, Texas.
I'll say CBS Texas, that is, made Dad look really good in that interview. And they really showed a humanistic side of him and a really great side of Dad. However, that was an abbreviated clip of the interview and Dad speaking on his case. Let's take a look at Dad's evil side, because he had other things to say. And I got it right here.
Is lifted. Tiffany Billions, Wackadoo, McAdoo, whatever her last name is. I'm not going to throw insults at you because I'm not going to lower myself to your level. But you're despicable. Drew Anthony, Kayla, you're cowards. You wouldn't even show up for your son's sentencing or victim statement impacts. You abandoned your kid. You left him there. I guess he's no more use to you because you can't get any more GoFundMe money or GoSendGo money. You are grifters. You should be ashamed of yourself. You raised that child. And I swear to God, CPS should come check on those other 3 that you still have. You never once admitted or took accountability. You tried to play victim. The real victim is the one who died, not the one who shoved a knife in his chest. I come to pray with you and show the world we can close the gap of this unbelievable racial divide. And what'd you do? You widen the gap even further. You hire a convicted baby-shaking felon who's only in it for the money, who gives you bad advice, kicks me out of a press conference. Oh, funny, I was somewhere I wasn't supposed to be, but I left when asked. I didn't stab anyone. And then you proceeded to gaslight me with your convicted felon, quote, advocate, minister? Minister of what? Minister irrelevant? Minister of bullshit? How about minister fuck you? Y'all think I'm a saint? I'm no saint. I'm as human as you. I have emotions. Just because I'm a Christian doesn't mean I don't sin, because I don't walk on water and I don't turn into wine. People are going to see you for who you really are. People are going to see you for who you really are now. And if we want to talk individuals, we can, because I couldn't speak about it.
See what I'm saying? But he also had this to say. Let's get right to it.
Clear. This is not a race issue. This is not a black and white issue.
Everybody remembers Austin Metcalf's father, Jeff Metcalf, right? Well, I got some clips to show you that everybody remembers Austin Metcalf's father, Jeff Metcalf, right? Well, I got some clips to show you that he was being disingenuous during this news broadcast. Let's get it.
He touched him. Does that justify? Okay, man, I'm done. Fuck off. Next person.
Man, you fuck off. Yeah, you can disrespect.
Dude, why don't you go to fucking just somewhere where you belong?
The Real, do you have a question or comment, sir? Yeah, Jeff Metcalf, you're a racist ass prick.
Fuck you, nigger fucking whore loving bitch.
So right there you have Jeff Metcalf calling these black people on TikTok Live the N-word. If you don't think that this racist father, his upbringing of these 2 twin boys has affected them, then you're very mistaken. if you do your research, you'll find out that Jeff Metcalf's sons have been called bullies all around that town. And it will only make sense if their father is a racist, a white man who would say this to random strangers on TikTok Live.
But then he also had this to say.
Very unfortunate that this other child decided to make a bad choice that's going to affect him for the rest of his life. I have compassion for every human being. This is not, I want to make this very clear. This is not a race issue. This is not a black and white issue. I don't want someone stepping up on a soapbox trying to politicize this. I don't appreciate some of the remarks I've seen online that people say there was this fight and they don't know, they weren't there. Very unfortunate that this other child decided to make a bad choice that's going to affect him for.
And he had to say this too.
Native American. I have my Indian card, and so do the boys. So if you want to talk about stolen land, yeah, that starts here. We were here before y'all were. They took all our land and put us on a reservation. They just brought you guys over on a boat.
That man really got up here to skip past a whole lot of history just to say him and his sons have an Indian card. There's no such thing. We're not from Africa. Black Americans are not from Africa. My papa was saying,
Y'all can let me make something racist up so y'all can go viral. I got a new name for Mello, okay? Because he was such this little boy y'all were trying to portray. How about watermelon felon? How's that one strike you? Y'all can let me make something racist up so y'all can go viral. I got a new name for Mello, okay? Because he was such this little boy y'all were trying to portray. How about watermelon felon?
All right, bro, that's enough, bro. So real talk. Let's get to the real talk, right? He get on CBS News and he pander and cry and he say, you know, it's forgiveness and this is not about black and white and this is not a race thing. And this is what I mean when I say this shit is nasty, bro. And adults make it even nastier. And I'm gonna give him just an inch and I'm gonna say, man, Pop's going through the whole wheel, the whole range of emotions right now. He's dealing with every stage of grief. He's dealing with a whole range of emotions and he's going through his stages of grief. We gonna give him that. We gonna give him that. But we also gonna tell him this, right? He ignorant as fuck if he think he a Native American because he got a card. He's a $5 Indian. And I'm being real. If you don't know what a $5 Indian is, boy, you better look it up. If you don't know nothing about that movie, Flowers of the Blue Moon or whatever, look it up. But them wasn't even the real Indians, bro. We been here. We been here. It's Blackfoot right here. We been here way before them. We ain't come from no boat, man. Stop believing that shit. Here before Columbus, but let's keep going. You know what I'm saying? He took a lot of cheap shots at the family, right? But it's cool because now the trial is over, the gag order's lifted, and he's ready to get his Erica Kirk on. And then it's another clip where he was even talking about Charlie Kirk and hatred and all of this. But before that, he was talking about race. Man, let me remind you, white folks, son, boy, a white man killed Charlie Kirk. And I'm going to get my on when I say it. A white man killed Charlie Kirk. White people, a white man killed Charlie Kirk. White people, another white man killed Charlie Kirk. I'm about to get my Ifa Tunde on. A white man killed Charlie Kirk. Y'all better stop. And then y'all be mad at us. White people be killing white people, then you mad at black people. Black people not mad at white people when black people kill black people, bro. Black people kill black people, white people kill white people, Chinese people kill Chinese people, dogs kill dogs, snakes kill snakes. Come on now. Yeah, man, these people be slow. But anyway, I will give him another inch. If that family didn't talk to him and pray with him, well, you could say they was wrong. However, your actions now today shows why them people didn't talk with you and pray with you. They smelt the snake on you, bro. They smelt the devil on you, dog. Real talk. And if you say your son not a bully, not a racist, okay, whatever. If his dad a racist, he's probably a racist too. But even if he wasn't a racist, he was damn sure a bully because that came out in trial. He crying about death threats. The death threats going both ways. They wishing death on Carmelo. People making fun of your son. They wishing death on you and your wife. Y'all wishing death on that man and his wife. It goes both ways. This shit is silly, bro. But that's what Austin Metcalf's father had to say on TikTok Live and CBS News. And just pay attention to what's going on. They make him look real good on CBS News. But he shows his true colors on TikTok Live.